People, I ain't looking crazy. This screen is big as hell. So I literally, this screen is so big, I'm like literally been across it. I guess the Apple all in one, so this thing is huge. What's going on, humans? And I'm trying to figure out why is this thing doing this. Okay. Redirecting. Okay. All right. Well, it's going to do what's going to go. All right. What's going on, humans? Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. All right, man. We're going to talk about some stuff today, man, because I truly don't think individuals understand, or you individuals need a dose of you guys need a dose of understanding, because act right is just like, honestly, individuals are acting like, they never heard of me before, or, I got individuals doing this thing one-on-ones with me, and they act like they have no idea what it is that I do or what I'm talking about. I'm like, well, how did you how did you acquire me for services if halfway through this thing you seem not to understand what it is that's going on. So I think it's only right excuse me. I think it's only right that I go ahead and bring this thing full circle. So we're gonna talk about some things this morning, this afternoon. We're gonna talk about individuals when you fight for custody, and we're gonna talk about individuals when you fight for custody, because I really don't think y'all get it. And no offense, why is this phone doing this? Not delivered. Wow. All right, let's do this. All right, so like I was saying, people, when you start to fight to be a father, essential. Started gabbing and then you start choking. So we're gonna get this right. All right. So, all right. All right. So let me touch bases on some things. So first of all, I'm gonna talk about what it is that you're doing directly and indirectly when you're fighting to be a father. You got to do. All right. I'm gonna help you understand what you're actually fighting. All right. I'm gonna help you understand what they're gonna turn the fight into. A lot of you guys, you go to court and fight to be a father, and then you don't end up fighting for a father. You end up fighting for your character. You know, she goes to court and say, you know, you don't know how to wipe your ass, and then you in court fighting, talking about what type of toilet tissue you use. And then the next time, and then when you ask the judge, Your Honor, what is the significance of this? Well, she's saying it, if you don't know how to wipe your butt, then you don't need to have custody of your kid. And that plants a seed in your head. And then now it got you programmed to thinking that, yeah, I really need to learn how to wipe my behind. I'm going to help you understand that. What you're going to hear when you go to court, every time when you go to court, what you're going to hear is, we are here for the best interest of the child. I'm trying to tell you, that is what you're supposed to go to court for and always go to court for. They don't turn it into that. They don't turn it into that. And the reason why they do not turn it into that, because people, I can't tell you how many individuals that hired me for help, and you're hiring me for help, and your child's mom is on Section 8 or welfare. I'm not understanding how a woman on Section 8 and welfare beats you out of having your kid. All right, and that only happens because you lose. That only happens because you go to court and you're intimidated, and you think that if you go to court and actually fight, you're not going to win. So I'm going to be clear about something when I say this. I don't know too many men that actually go to court and fight. Y'all don't. Y'all don't go to court and fight. What y'all do is y'all go to court and just roll with the punches. And y'all say y'all fighting. So I'm going to help y'all bring that I'm going to help you guys bring that to a full perspective, because fighting to be a father is what it's supposed to be, but it ended up not being that. My ex-lawyer told me when Ruben says, my ex-lawyer told me when I was with my lawyer that she said, I'm a good dad, but she's keeping my kids from me. My ex-lawyer told me when I was with my lawyer that I was a good dad, but she's keeping my kids from me. Yeah, that is standard. That is an unfortunate standard protocol. That is an unfortunate standard protocol. You're a good dad, and dig this, Ruben. They always going to. Right. And dig this, Ruben. They always going to tell you how good you are, not in court. She's going to, when she said that, Ruben, y'all was outside in the hallway somewhere. She actually said that inside the courtroom with the judge. Did she say that when she was testifying? I bet you she didn't. They'll say everything in the world until they get you in court where it counts. There you go. Ruben said, nope, of course not. They ain't going to tell you that in court where it counts. They're not going to tell you. I am not surprised. I am not surprised. All right, so really? So I'm going to tell you, like I said, if you're fighting somebody on welfare in Section 8 and you're losing, you need to call me ASAP, because that shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. And I'm going to be honest with you, The reason why you go to court and lose when you fighting a woman that's on Section 8 and welfare, you're going to court and you don't know what to say. What's going on, Mr. Dogs? Caught me on a live stream. You're going to do it live up in this bitch. And then and another thing, the final thing I'm going to talk about today. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. You guys, you got to keep your kids informed. You got to keep your kids informed. I can't tell you how many times it just flips me backwards when you guys set me up for an appointment and we talking and you say the god awful thing. This is what you say. Chris, hold on. I'm in front of my kids. I don't want my kids to hear me talking. People, that is an ass trash perspective. That is an ass trash perspective. So we're going to talk about that. All right, so we're going to get this thing started. Appreciate you individuals for being here. You guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you said you're going to rock out with me. I am home doing this thing from the home front, and I love it because I got like all of these screens in front of me. I got my big Apple, this computer. Of course, I got Facebook streaming on the live, and I just don't have a couple of other things. When I get this thing set up, I was actually talking to my lady, and she started talking to me, and I was like, "Look, I'm you know, when you're in a rush, the worst time to do is talk to your woman when you're in a rush. They take it so personal. I'm like, hey, I'm doing this. I was late. You know, I was late. I'm going late. All right. So we're going to break this down like this. All right. People, and for those that don't know, I'm going to be here every morning at 10 a.m. Over on, of course, Facts at 100%, a.k.a. now known as the Hated One. I'm going to be there every morning at 10 a.m. So be here or be square. So every morning at 10 a.m., I'm going to be over at Facts at 100%. So let's get this thing started, man. Once again, appreciate those thumbs up for those that are here. Individuals checking with me on the Facebook check, and I appreciate you guys. I actually have to do something with Facebook because individuals, yeah, of course you can. Tyrone said, "Can I get my money back?" Of course you can. Just I'll hit you with a link, and you know what I don't do is I do not by no means when a person say, "Hey, can I do this? Can I do that?" By no means. People, I'm gonna say this. What I like to do, I like to make sure when I'm helping somebody, I want to make sure at all times they are on point with the help that they're trying to get. It's no mistakes about it. All right. So we're going to talk about something right now. What we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about fathers fighting to go to court. Now, first thing I want to talk about fathers when they fight in court. When you first go to court, what you're going to hear is, we are here for the best interest of the child. I assure you, very shortly thereafter that, or in that same hearing, it will not be about the child. It will not be about the child. It will not be about the child. You will go to court, and once again, you will be fighting for everything else. The woman to go to court, and what a lot of you guys do is you allow the woman to change the narrative, and then instead of going to court fighting for custody, you're going to court and you're fighting. Like I said, you like to screw old ladies in elevators. And here's how it always go. All rise. You guys swear in. Do you solemnly swear to choose numbers to choose the love you got? Yeah, okay. State your name for the record. Shaquita Jones. You're Chris Smith. Okay, you may be seated. Okay, we are here today in the matter before the court. Shaquita Jones versus Chris Smith, blah, 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 blah. Most of the time, you men are the damn defendant. I'm always the plaintiff. You guys are the defendant. So what happens is the woman comes right out the gate. Now, you're supposed to be in there for the best interest of the child. But you guys allow these women to jump right out the gate. Your Honor, I don't think he should have a child. Ms. Shaquita, why don't you think he should have a child? And they package up insults very intellectually. You know, nobody can pack an insult up like a woman. They can pack an insult up for you. You know, you mess around, you be in there, and you be like, well, damn, do I really screw old ladies in elevators? Like, holy smokes. The way they present it. But here's what they'll say to you. This is what they'll say. Your Honor, I don't think he should have no time with the child. Not no. And listen, when she laid on your back, you was giving her the best dick on the planet. She was just taking all your dick, and she just loved it, right? Now all of a sudden, now y'all involved in a custody battle, and now all of a sudden, you don't know how to tie your shoes right. So now all of a sudden you go to court, and she's saying, I don't want him to have no time with the child. None. You went from helping her pay her bills, do car note, whatever you was helping her with, blah, 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 to you are so incompetent with the child. But here's how she'll pack it up. She'll say, Your Honor, let's say it's something true. I'm gonna go with it. Let's say it's something true. So what's something bad about me? All right, let me think of something bad about me. I want to use an actual and try to bend it into the story. What's an actual? What's something that I do that's bad? I'm real terrible at listening to bullshit. I'm bad at it. So when you BSing me, I'm going to mow you down. What a Tier Bradley would go to court and not say, when we was talking, he asked me, did my mom send me some money? And I told him none of your business. She'll leave all that out. She'll just say, because this is what happens. A lot of you guys, you deal with individuals, and they'll pick the argument up from where it got heated. They don't want to have nothing to do with the beginning. So now the woman is saying, when you talk, you yell at me. Go and don't lie. And when she say and don't lie, she'll shut up, and everybody in the court will look at you. And then she'll stop. This has happened to you guys. What's that got to do with y'all there for custody? She said, I don't think he should have nothing to do with the child because when he talks, he yells at me. Don't you? Now, don't lie. And the judges say to you, how about that? Here's what y'all going to do. Your Honor, the time that we talking about blah, 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 blah. That's what y'all do. Yeah, you do. That's what you do. How about that, Mr. Smith? How about what? What exactly is her testimony here, Your Honor? What is she asking me? Oh, she's saying that when you such and such, Your Honor, is that her testimony? That's what you're asking me. What is her testimony? So the judge then supposed to say, Ms. Bradley, can you oppose the he didn't hear you. Could you re-present the question to Mr. Smith? Right? And why isn't it showing me why isn't it showing me that whatchamacallits? Why isn't it showing me the comments? I see you, Adam. I see you, my man. That's what Facebook does, man. I appreciate that. My man Adam says, it's been a while since I've seen you. Been here, much love and respect. Thank you. I appreciate it, my man. He says, drop that raw wisdom. Oh, I do. Adam also said, it's a business. You're damn right. That's what I tell you guys. Whenever a woman take you to court, it's now a business. If she can't take your issues to the church, it's a business. So that's exactly right. Very well said. So then she'll say, "Don't lie." Then I'll say, "Well, what's the question?" The question is, when you get mad, you yell. Okay, Your Honor. Question for you: do you allow hearsay in your courtroom? Because she's asked. Because let me be clear. Because this is what y'all do. I promise you. I do enough one-on-ones to know this is what y'all do. Your Honor, is hearsay allowed in your courtroom? I asked the judge that. Is hearsay allowed in your courtroom? Because what she is saying is she's actually trying to direct me to testify against myself. This is why they say, excuse me, you have a right to remain silent. This is why you have a right to remain silent. Y'all don't remain silent. Y'all get to cacking off. You have a right to remain silent. It means you have a right to shut the fuck up. You have a right to do that. But and it says you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Anything you say can and will be used against you, right? When you get read to Miranda rights. It don't say might, it says everything you say can and will. So what you guys do is you go to court and then you allow your child's mom to lead you into testimony that's going to bring you to your own fucking demise. That's what you do. So every time a woman goes to court and say something, you need to be like, where's the proof? Can I get a video or something? Because it's proof. You need proof, all right? So what you guys got to understand is what you're actually fighting. You guys got to understand what you're actually fighting. Because I can't tell you how many times I had to go to court and get everybody back in the line. I used to be the union representative at the post office. Let me be the first to tell you. Deflection is the number one response when the truth is dropped on an individual. You hear what I just said? You heard what I just said? Deflection is the number one response. Deflection. When you drop the truth on somebody. For individuals that aren't watching me on Facts at 100%, I just dropped a video of a woman and her mother. And the woman was telling her daughter, you need to take care of your kids. They got into a fight. Because estrogen, of all things, don't want to hear the truth. Estrogen ain't trying to hear the truth. Let's just facts at 100%. They just don't want to hear the truth. All right. So you guys got to understand and stay focused on what you're going to court for. Because a lot of you guys don't. You guys go to court and you allow yourself to get hoodwinked. You guys go to court and you allow the courts to get you all sidetracked. So you got to understand what they'll turn it into. And what they're going to turn it into is not going to be based on a custody hearing. You're going to go to court and it's going to be based on your character. That's what you're going to go to court for. You're going to go to court and it's going to be a character. It's going to be a character fight. Y'all going to be fighting. I would do that. And you're just going to be in there, and it's going to be like an argument for the record. You know, and it's not going to be like a court hearing. Let me just break it down to you like this. It's a reason why Attila LaShawn Bradley don't want to see me in court. Because none of that works on me. Deflection does not work on me. I was the union representative at the post office. I represented over 1,000 people. Do you know how many times I had to go in there and talk to individuals that was twice as old as me sometimes? Old guys is claiming, because I was in my 20s when that happened, so I want to be clear about something. I left there just as when I turned 30. So you got to understand, I do mean what I say. Almost twice my age. Frank DeLuca was 60 something. I wasn't even 30, and I was fighting him. He was one of the managers over the post office that I had to fight when I swiped on to be a union rep. And deflection is the number one response when truth comes knocking at the door. If you're going to go deliver the truth, you will be dealing with deflection. And deflection is a way of trying to get you to now talk about apples and oranges when y'all was talking about vegetables. So take heed to that. Here's the craziest thing. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Here's the craziest thing. People If you're in court for the best interest of the child, do you think somebody on welfare got a chance at beating somebody that's got a 9 to 5? Do you think so? Do you think so? Do you think a person that's got a career going up against a person that worked for Section 8? Okay, so let's not take it from the court perspective. If you're on welfare and I got a career and I go get me I go finance a car, who do you think they're going to give the car to? Who do you think they're going to give the car to? If I go in there and I say I make $75,000 a year to get this car, and a woman goes in there and say I'm on welfare, who do you think she's going to give the car? Who do you think they're going to give the car to? Who do you think? Now, I'm almost willing to bet nobody said it, but I know in your mind you're saying, well, of course well, of course they're going to give it to the person with the job. Okay. So when you go fight for custody, how are they giving the mother the child when she's clearly income deficient? If you guys get mad at the fact, if the court, listen, if income is such a big deal, or let me back that up. If income wasn't a big deal, they wouldn't ask for it. They don't need, everybody else use your income to define your situation in life. How come they don't do that in custody court? How come? And you're going up against a person on welfare. How come? How does a person on welfare in Section 8 beat you out of custody? And I gotta go left for a second. A lot of you don't even want custody of your kid. A lot of you are fighting for child support only. You're not going to court fighting to have a relationship with your kid. You're not doing that. A lot of you are going to court and you're saying to yourself, oh, they're going to. Let's break it down like this. I was watching a video one day, right? Watching a video. And I was watching a video of a lady walking 2 pit bulls. She was walking 2 pit bulls. She was just walking. They spotted a cat. The lady didn't know that her dog spotted a cat. So she was just walking and they lunged. And when they lunged, she jerked forward, fell on the ground and everything. And you know how cats do. You know how a cat do, right? When a dog approach a cat, they back go up and they be like, they be doing all that, right? Pit bulls was like, no, we ain't having that. When the cat did that, it's almost like the pit bull stopped and said, you look at this shit, you look at that. And they mangled that cat. Them pit bulls tore that cat to shreds. Right? Well, that was a pit bull, top dog. I see my grandmother, German Shepherd, have a fight with a kitten, and the kitten damn near jacked it. The nose was bleeding. It wasn't even a fair fight. What's going on, Chaos? That's how it is when you guys go to court and you got a 9 to 5 or a career and you're fighting a woman on welfare. How does she even go to court and stand on the fact that she could be a good mother when she's income insufficient? How does that even happen? You know how it happened? Because you don't know how to mount your defense. That's how it happened. You don't. You don't know how to mount your defense. Here's what a lot of you guys go to court and do. A lot of you guys go to court. What's going on, Sean? A lot of you guys go to court, and what you do is you just get up in the morning and your whole perspective is, I'm gonna just go there and say this. No. You got to go to court and pose questions to the courts as to their own integrity. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You got to do that. You got to go to court and question their own integrity. You don't do that. You go to court scared. If I say this, they're not going to let me see my kid. That's what you say to yourself. If I say this, they're not going to let me see my kid. They're not going to let me see my kid. That's what you say. That's what y'all go through. I know it is. They're not going to let me see my kid. That's what you say. That's what you say. If I go there and I put up a fight, they gonna let me see my kid. Oh, I don't want to go ahead and piss off the judge. You go there based off of 100% pure intimidation. Yeah, you do. You do. You do. You do. You go there and you allow these individuals to intimidate you. And you go to court and you're intimidated, and then you are brought to your demise. You are brought to your demise. Why? Why is that? How does that happen? Because you didn't mount your defense. One of the biggest problems that you guys go through when you go to court is your child's mom is kind of like it's a sick the dogs on you perspective, and you guys fall right into it. So let me break it down to you like this. When I go to court, there's going to be a period of respect that's got to be established. And that period of respect that's going to be established is when you're in the court, when you finally meet the judge. Now, you don't meet the judge when y'all start talking. I mean, when y'all swear in. You meet the judge when you start doing your testifying. I had a judge tell me one time, you got to hurry up. I said, the Constitution doesn't say that when I testify, I need to hurry up. The court says, come forward and you shall be heard. I said, Your Honor, it didn't say that I had a timeline in which to do it. He said nothing. That was the test. See, the judge is going to throw little intimidation feelers out there at you. Yeah, it happens to me all the time. But I tell y'all, I actually send a letter to the court before I get there. And all the individuals that had to go to court under my company, we help them understand. Intimidation, please don't act like a damn gangster in the road. And for those individuals that say you cannot send the judge a letter, yes, you can. You can send the judge a letter. You can. You can. Hey, I'm gonna come there on the third. Hey, I'm Chris Smith. You're gonna have my case. My case is gonna be heard before you on Thursday, January 8th. Listen, I just want to let you know in advance. I don't intimidate. And listen, I just want to let you know that whenever that woman says something to you, you need to make sure. Then when I get there, it's like the National Fathers League of Dads sent us a letter. Where is your? This is actually what they said to me. Where is your counsel? I said, no, it's not a counsel. That's a company I own. When I say that's a company I own, you should see the whole demeanor in the court change. They be like, oh, so that was you talking to us like we was garbage. Yeah, that was me. You didn't see Esquire's signature at the bottom of the thing. It was my signature. I'm the same guy. I'm the plaintiff. I'm the caption. I'm him. Live and direct. I swore in. I'm him. What's the matter? What's the matter? Don't start clucking on me now. And that's what you guys got to understand. You guys got to question the court. You got it. And I want to say this finally, I want to say this. As I sigh when I say it, could you please stop talking to your kids about this in silence? Every time you talk to your child's mom, could you please put your phone on speaker? Could you stop thinking that your child Could you stop having your child or your children think their mother loves them? Could you stop that? Because you do know that their happiness is part of loving them. So let me create the scenario for y'all. You do know that, I don't know, if the kid is being kept from their dad under some negative garbage, you think the kid is going to say, oh, daddy, blah, blah, blah? Or do you think it's better for the child to hear the mother say, I don't want, I don't want, I don't want? Because let me tell you what I used to do. When I obtained the court transcripts, I used to let Atia Bradley's daughter read them. Yeah, you see the part? That's what your mother said. This is why when she finally decided to take her mother's side, I was like, oh, after all that you know, you still going to try to play with my butthole? Nobody plays with my butthole. Yeah, I knew the antics was coming, goddammit. Please, spare me. And I mean spare me. Spare me the fact that you are bringing yourself to your own demise when it comes to your children. People, do you think the child's mom is affording you? I don't want to talk about this in front of your children. Do you think your child's mom is affording you that? Do you think your child's mom is not saying, he ain't this, he ain't that, I asked him to do that, he said no, or even lying on you in front of the child to gain love points? Do you not know that the mother always wants love me more points? Do you not know that? Is that something rare? You don't think that the child mom is striving for love me more points? Do you not think that? Yeah, in case you didn't know. The mother is going for love me more points. So I want to be clear when I say this, and I mean crystal clear. I want to be clear when I say this. One of the reasons why a lot of you individuals have children and your children go rogue on you, your children don't love you, or your children start acting, is because they have no idea that their mother don't want them to be in a relationship with you. They don't know. When it came to seclusion and privacy, that was out the window to read the day y'all went to court. If you want to have that perspective of, well, I don't want my children to know. Well, everybody in the courthouse know. Why isn't your child kept out of the loop and it's pertaining them? Why are you keeping your children out of the loop? Why? Why? Is that your perspective? The children don't need to know? Well, they know. They know. And unfortunately, the mother's side is the 100% because you're deciding that you want to keep the true percentage of the truth, which is 90% when it comes to the battle. And 90% of the truth comes from the father. You know the one thing that I always tell Atia Bradley's daughter? You know the one thing I used to tell her? If you ever want to know the truth, ask your father. Because Atia Bradley had two sisters and no father around because her mother owned a shot house, and when you went to her house, you got a shot of liquor and you got to shoot a nut. You got a shot and a shoot. You got a shot of liquor and you got to shoot a nut off. It's just the facts, you know. You got a shot of liquor and you got to shoot a nut off. You know, so Atia Bradley and her sisters, they didn't have no father around. It was one of the shooters and shot and left, you know. Shot and left the scene of the nut, you know. You know, that's what happened. So what happened is Atia Bradley was raised around a whole bunch of estrogen. And Men don't talk about this like women do. And I'm gonna tell you something bold that individuals do. Let me tell you the psyche of what you fathers experience when you go to court. I had told Latia Bradley's uncle something. He told her, and she mentioned it in court. So there's no allegiance. They want to go in court and dump every bit of evidence about you. You know, I told the judge one time, I said, y'all gonna have to forgive me. I'm not like her. Her was Latia LaShawn Bradley. I said, I'm not going to come in here and tell you my whole life just to get an extra quarter in child support or pay a quarter less than child support. I'm not going to do that. I don't do that. I'm not going to get in here and start talking on my business. I'm not into that. I'm not going to do that. So whatever she wants to tell y'all about her life, that's cool. But I'm discreet. It's going to roll like that. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. So people understand that what it gets down to. What it gets down to when you guys go to court, man, listen, stay focused. Stay focused. If you don't do anything, stay focused. For the month of January and January only, my one-on-ones are $25. I always do that every year on the first to try to get as many people off on the right foot as possible. So my one-on-ones for the month of January is only $25. So you guys need to go to court, and you guys need to make sure you put things in perspective. You guys need to make sure things are ironclad. You guys need to stop going to court and taking hope to court. Hope is not going to get you anything. Paperwork and facts and know how to structure your testimony in court is where you're going to get your victory. Anything less than that, hope don't do it. If I tell you what I do is I am a court coach, and you say, well, I don't need to be coached. You do know that every time somebody kills somebody and they get an attorney, you do know their attorney coached them. Did you not see a few good men when they had him on the stand and was asking them questions, and he was like, hey, listen, this backyard barnwood stuff is not going to cut it in court. Yeah, you're right. He got to answer the questions quicker and more precise. They was throwing every question that could possibly be asked of him to get him prepared for when he go to court. You guys don't do that. And if one thing I would like for you to understand, if you don't understand nothing, if you don't understand anything else, I would like for you to understand when you go to court, it's not about the child as they say it is. What it's about is to get you in that courtroom and start telling everybody how insufficient you are as a man. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. If you can understand that, then you'll go at this thing with a different mindset. If it is your perspective that you're just going to go to court and say, it's not how it works. I've been there enough to know it don't work. Like I said, Latia Bradley don't want to see me in court. That's by my doing. I set it up like that. In addition to setting it up like that, I sent her a text message before we went to court. And before we went to court, y'all know the story for those who have been following for a long time. Before we went to court, I sent her a text message and I said, this is my arena now. I had went and educated myself, and I told her, this is my arena now. It's mine. After we left court, I texted 2 words. Told you. The reason why your child's mom is so comfortable with going to court is because she wins there. I always say the courtroom is a woman's playground, especially a disgruntled one. Hey, listen, y'all, like I said, my one-on-one for the month of January is $25. For individuals that's watching me, I'm gonna be in this seat every morning at 10 a.m. weekdays. So I'll try to get back here tonight, man, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, appreciate you guys for being here. Once again, you guys could have been anywhere else in the world. And amen. To the next time. All right, y'all have a good one.